Hello and welcome everyone. This is the first video of the new channel called Patatas, which is potatoes in Spanish. It comes from a story which the two people that are going to be running the channel will know about and probably tell you about in the future. So I'm Alex and I'm running this channel with my good friend Dan. So the first video I'm going to do, as you saw in the title, is a PES 2016 questions video. You'll see some gameplay now in the background, which is a match I played earlier on the highest difficulty, 5 minutes each way if you're wondering. So my story with football games is I always played FIFA since FIFA 10. When I got a PS3 I got FIFA 10 with it, so I played FIFA 10, FIFA 11, FIFA 12, FIFA 13, all the way up to FIFA 15 religiously, and that was kind of when, as we all know, PES was pretty rubbish and FIFA dominated. But around FIFA 15 things started to get very boring for me, and matches felt the same. It didn't feel realistic. It just felt, dominated by pace. Things were overpowered, and I was getting really frustrated with the game, if I'm going to be honest. So I had a look at PES, and I had a look at the demo. And at first, I remember me and Dan, I kind of showing it just to laugh at it, really. But then, after a while, as I played it more, I started to love it, really. And eventually I did make the switch and got the full game. So now I would say I'm a PES guy. But so this year I'm kind of split. So both games are on equal ground for me, and they've got to convince me which is the football game to buy this year. This is my PES 2016 demo impressions. I'm playing quite a lot of the demo, and I think these are some of my final thoughts really with the game. So my first point really is looking at the kind of tactical options with your team selection. So I really like the PES tactical options. Instead of FIFA, I'm going to try not to compare it to FIFA, but I probably end up doing it a lot, where it's quite fiddly in the sense that you're having to select players and then move all the way to another player and then select him and they swap. That was really bad explained. PES, you use it kind of like a cursor. I think it makes it much easier and much more intuitive. The main thing is the real tactical options. So you can change, and you might see it later in the video, you can change to a fluid formation. Fluid formation is like your formation changes when you've got the ball and when you haven't got the ball, which is something even Football Manager doesn't have, which says a lot about this option. And it's used a lot actually. Carlo Ancelotti last year for Real Madrid, we would play a 4-3-3 when in possession, and then without possession we slip back into very compact flat 4-4-2. So completely different formations, but they served each purpose, and I think it's really cool that they have that in the game, and it works really well. So as soon as you start the game, I think the biggest thing you'll notice immediately is you look at the graphics. And PES 2015 was kind of lacking in that department, I think. At times, nice goal there. I'm playing Bayern Munich, as you probably saw, which are ridiculous on this game. They're very good. At times, PES 2015 looked downright ugly. I'm not going to lie. The grass, I think, was one of the main things for me. It was just a horrible shade of green. And although the player likeness was spot on, and they've done it again this year, it didn't really work. There was something just wrong about the graphics, and it's quite hard to nail down, but I think it's down to the lighting and that horrible shade of grass. And oh, lovely flip there. This year I think they've got spot on. It really can compete now, and the grass, thank goodness, is lovely finish there from Robin, who is brilliant in this game. The grass is just the right colour, I think. Grass is very important for me in a football game, how it looks. Player likeness again, spot on. And as you can see when you look at the replays, it's just much nicer to look at, really. So the first thing when you play the game is you'll notice how just nice it is to play, how good it is Like the feel of it is just superb. It's so crisp. The passing is amazing. And what helps the passing really, I think, is how good the animations are. There are superb quality in every animation. There are numerous animations all across the board, and I'm still discovering new animations to this day, which I haven't yet seen in football games, so it's really exciting. And it really contributes to the feel of the game, which is one of its strengths. And it lets you play all kinds of football. I really enjoy playing short passing football, which, like, kind of building up from the back, a bit of Spanish football, kind of what you'd see Bayern Munich play. And the excellent passing and the excellent movement of the players lets you do that. So if you look at the movement of the players, there's often lots of very intelligent movement which lets you play all kinds of football. Because if your players aren't moving, or they're not moving the right way, then it's hard to play football. So I've seen people play counter-attack football with success. I've seen people play with one success. I've done it myself, and I've tried all these football strategies, and I've had success with the game. I mean, some have been more successful than others. The point is that clearly it's a good game because one strategy isn't dominating like it turned out to be in FIFA. I felt like I was playing the same game because it was always the best strategy, you know, to put a through ball out wide and sprint as fast as you can, cut in and shoot. It was, you know, so that's a definite strength of the game. The other thing which has improved, I'd say, from PES 2015 is the shooting. So the shooting was a bit timid in the last game. When you kind of let off the long shot, it didn't really have the impact, the oomph, if I'm allowed to say that you want to feel when you kind of unleash a rocket with Ronaldo. And that, you know, that made it wasn't as enjoyable when you went, because you want to unleash a rocket, you want to feel, and you want to feel really powerful. Because that's one of the joys of football, just unleashing a rocket Ronaldo from 30 yards, just feeling the power. So that's a bit timid, and that's definitely improved this year. I don't know if it's because they've improved slightly the quality of animations, but the feel of it is definitely much better. So here we see some of the tactical options. We see that we're changing clear formation. See how it changes when we're in possession, when we're out of possession. We go deeper when we're out, and we have two cans, two centre attacking midfielders who are in there. And see, this is how we change how the team plays, and they're just really awesome. Team selection, like this is something you expect really. So that's really good to see. The only thing it misses is to compare it to FIFA again, which we'll try not to do. Misses FIFA's individual instructions. They've combined the current brilliant team instructions with some individual instructions. Shooting's definitely been improved, and it feels much more satisfying to unleash long shots. And match presentation is something PES has always lacked, I think. Due to the lack of licenses really, and not being able to tie down the good commentators and all that, they've really suffered in creating a match atmosphere. So I can't judge the commentators because they have none in this demo. It isn't necessarily a good sign. I would say the commentators last year were really rubbish, to be honest. They often repeated the same phrases, and when Ronaldo scored last year, it would be exactly the same phrase. I got very lucky with that first one, tried to do it again. Didn't work out. I can't do skills. It would be exactly the same phrase every time I scored Ronaldo. It just got kind of ridiculous and actually completely annoying after a while. So I ended up putting my Spotify music playlist over the top while I played. and that meant I was a lot more relaxed about it. I don't know, wasn't really feeling the atmosphere that you get from having commentators, you know, narrating and cheering when you score a goal, and it just really lacked in there, and it was, you know, it was a shame because I was getting very excited about my matches most of the time because they felt so good to play, and it's the same in PES 2016. Replays needed work. Often they would zoom way too much in the ball, and they move around very quickly but very zoomed into the ball. It would actually make me feel a bit dizzy. So replays need work, and they haven't really improved on PES. They have a bit more, bit better camera angles, but match presentation is something that definitely needs work, really, so they can create that match day atmosphere that PES sorely needs right now. So the next thing is defending, which is something that I find isn't talked about enough in a football game. We talk about all the things that happen on the ball, but ultimately, if you're really getting really frustrated off the ball, well then you're going to be off the ball, you know, quite a bit as well. Unless you can somehow keep 80% possession of the match, which interesting challenge. So defending is down to the controls, and it actually does this really well. So stand tackle is double tap X. Now the reason this is good is because the double tap you're making a commitment, which means you're forced to move around and jockey the player. Lovely play from Noah there, so you can head it out. We'll get back in. We'll finally get it out. Oh no, we don't. Oh no, this is the rubbish. Oh yeah, that was a disaster. Now that was a problem with the game. This is one of these little niggles. With, if you saw there, with I think it was Boateng, tried to get it out. You see the first touch here, so he took a touch here when I powered up before, and I would have cleared it, which is very frustrating. Anyway, so yeah, defending. So it's really commitment when you go double tap X. You're dropping your player, you're keeping them where you want them, and then when you feel like you're ready to make the tackle, like you saw there, which didn't work out, you make the commitment by double tapping X because it takes, you know, longer. So that's really good. Also, slide tackles, they're not. I remember in FIFA, if I was to play online, people would slide tackle all the time, and it's kind of a tactic for winning the ball because they got up so quickly after slide tackle. It wasn't in football. A slide tackle is the last rule. It's you making a commitment, and if you don't get it, you're out the game. And that's what's like in PES. I remember in FIFA, I don't know if it's still like this, but people would just slide around all the time, could go straight back up, and it was a pretty effective way of winning the ball, and which I thought was quite frustrating. In PES, you slide tackle, it is a commitment, and it is your last chance. It means it's ever so satisfying when you just get, you know, last man, tackle the ball with a perfectly timed slide tackle. It's, you know, is your only option. If you're going for a stand tackle, you would have been out of reach. It's really satisfying. So definitely thumbs up on the defending as well. Physical battles are one of the things they've been promoting this year. They're much more realistic, fluid, I'd say, because in PES they would kind of join together and it would be kind of a scripted animation, it would feel like, where they kind of knock against each other a bit, distributing goals. And it would basically be whoever's got the highest strength or something would win, basically. It felt more like the game was processing the code. Now it feels a lot more realistic, and you can actually move the left stick when the ball's in the air. Two players are going for a header and kind of push the other player out of the way, and it feels very. You feel the players battling together really, and it's really well done. So in conclusion, I think the tactical options are very good. You can actually move the defensive line, by the way, in-game with the directional arrows, which I use a lot. However, it is lacking in the individual instructions. That's graphics have improved a lot. Player likeness is again spot on. They've got the grass right, hooray! And the lighting has finally been improved. Passing movement is just one of the brilliant things about PES. It feels really good, and it is a joy to use. Shooting has improved a lot. Still not perfect, but it definitely has improved a lot, and it's definitely a good standard. It feels good to unleash gunshots. Okay, the match finishes 2-1. Match presentation again needs a lot of work. It's really a shame. I think this will improve as PES gains more popularity and as they get more resources and are able to get more licenses. Defending is spot on. It's quite hard to do, but you're not mindlessly charging around, just kind of like a zombie, just chasing straight after the player and running into them. If you know what I mean, where you hold X, go straight at them. FIFA they brought in more player-controlled defending, but for me it ended up just holding L2 and X, and then it was pretty much like the old defending, where they would run straight towards the player and basically tackle them. Slide tackles are a commitment, like in real football, and if you miss them, you're out of the game, and it makes it so satisfying when you finally get it right. So that's good. And physical battles they have promoted, and it stands up to what they've promised. They are they're very good. So conclusion: if you're looking for a game that is fantastic on the pitch, and a football game which is fantastic at doing football, PES 2016 is your game. I'm very happy with it, and I really hope that the off-the-pitch, the game modes, live up to its on-the-pitch potential. So thank you very much. It's been Alex, and I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you, want to enjoy more videos from Patatas, which is starting out. So hit that subscription button, would really help out so you don't miss a video, and that like button. I can't stress enough just how one click of a button can make us so happy. So thank you, and we'll see you guys later.